Oh. Soundtracks.
You are about to enter a new dimension in television, a dimension of 3D sight, sound, and space.
I'm actually really excited to do this video. Not that I have like the greatest stuff or like the most rare, like none of these are really worth, you know, like rare or like super limited or anything like that. But the great thing about vinyl, it's kind of just a love letter to that piece of work, the piece of art. And the first one I have here is Escape from New York. This is a release from Death Waltz Recording Company. This is a great release. I know this has been released several times. I don't know if Mondo put out another release or who put out another release, but this is the one I have, and it rocks. I love this movie. The soundtrack to it is a classic. I think I picked this up at a thrift shop, not a thrift shop, but like a secondhand record store. Like they didn't just sell records, but they had this. Then next up, I might have talked about this one before, I'm not sure, but this is Leif Jonker's Darkness soundtrack. If you're not familiar with Darkness, it is a, I guess you could call it an indie film, shot on 16mm back in the 90s about a vampire outbreak. It's almost like a zombie movie, but it's vampires. Really interesting, cool movie. I love the design of this. Great, really cool release from, I believe this one is Mondo. Let me double check. Mystic Vault. Great release from Mystic Vault. Tons of extras and stuff. Really, really cool to have. And here we have, this was a gift from my girlfriend for Christmas one year. This is the Dragon Ball soundtrack. I believe this is a Japanese release. I mean, you know, obviously looking at it, it looks like it's a Japanese release, but sometimes these things might get pressed over in the States and they just are made to look like a Japanese release. But I think this is a genuine Japanese release. So, really cool to have. I love the original Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball's, you know, I love Dragon Ball Z as well, but the original Dragon Ball, I kind of like more, you know, and I'm not trying to be a contrarian. I always had more fun with the original Dragon Ball. So yeah, it's got all the songs you want on here. I'm not sure it has everything, but yeah. Next up we have Chud 2, Bud the Chud on gatefold vinyl. This one was Terror Vision. I think you can still get it. Not as great as the first movie, but a lot of great songs on this. You can see the soundtrack, the track listing there. Really premium release. Like, this is a nice, hard, glossy gatefold. Then we move on to Twin Peaks. This is the original series, the first 2 seasons, by Angelo Badalamenti. I have the little top part still. It's a little worse for wear. I don't know why that camera won't focus, but a little worse for wear. But I do still have it. We have a track listing here. Really beautiful blue Douglas firs. You have Laura's Eye on the back. I think this one actually was from Mondo, and I think you can still get it. At least you could up until recently. And then continuing with Twin Peaks, we have Fire Walk With Me, soundtrack for Fire Walk With Me. Some kind of scuff or something there. You have the red room, curtains right there, some write-ups. It's a really, really gorgeous release for Fire Walk With Me. I don't have Twin Peaks: The Return on vinyl, which is unfortunate, and I think it's kind of hard to get now. I'll have to look on Discogs and see what it's going for, but I would like to get that one day. And speaking of Angelo Badalamenti, we have this release here, Angelo Badalamenti, music for film and television. This has songs from Twin Peaks, City of Lost Children, Blue Velvet might be, yeah, Blue Velvet's on here, all kinds of cool stuff. So Mulholland Drive, obviously a lot of Lynch stuff. Cool release to kind of supplement some other, OSTs I'm missing. And then we're going to shift gears entirely to audiobooks. I'm a big fan of Thomas Ligotti. If you don't know who he is a horror author, kind of in the vein of weird fiction, like H.P. Lovecraft. This is Clown Puppet, read by John Paget, score by Chris Bozone? I might be pronouncing that incorrectly. This is a Cadabra release. Really, really cool. I just found out about these guys like maybe a few months to a year ago. The artwork on here is crazy. It's so good. And I didn't realize audiobooks on vinyl was a thing, but it is. And I know it used to be back in the day, but I didn't know they were still doing it. So I had to pick these up. Him being one of my favorite authors. We have the Tsalal by him, read by the same person, scored by the same person. This one has a lot of cool supplements to it. Then we have Gas Station Carnivals, same reader and composer. This is the story that got me introduced to Thomas Ligotti, and it's still one of my favorites by him. Crazy artwork, crazy visual imagery, or mental imagery rather, reading the story. It is mind-bending, short story, but extremely potent, so I recommend going to read it if you can find it. Then we have one of the more recent releases. This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th anniversary record release by Waxwork. This took forever to get to me, but it was totally worth the wait. A lot of cool stuff here. This score was restored from the original tapes that had been kind of just lying in wait for someone to fix them up, and it sounds incredible. Now this one, this is one of those ones I was telling you about that's not necessarily a soundtrack, but it's Ray Parker Jr.'s Chartbusters. It's got such hits as Still Can't Get Over Loving You, Jamie, Woman Out of Control, The Other Woman, A Woman Needs Love, which I'm pretty sure is about I've Been Digging You, Invasion, Christmas Time Is Here. But the first song is the Ghostbusters theme, so that's why I picked it up. I actually got this down in Nashville. I went to Nashville, and the only record I brought home was Ray Parker Jr.'s Chartbusters. But I don't know, I just thought it was funny. Now this is something really cool. I was going to make a whole video on this, and maybe one day I will, but I'm going to talk about it here, so probably not. I was actually planning on doing a video. I recorded like a bunch of B-roll for it and like a little intro skit, and then I got sick. So I never finished it. But I found this in a flea market, and this is The Thing soundtrack, the score for The Thing. And what's cool about this is up in that left corner, or upper right corner, you can see it says for promotion only. So this was a promo copy that was sent to, I don't know, probably not a radio station, but like, someone who was gonna, I guess, play the soundtrack for some reason or another. It's a promo copy, and it's really, really cool. And I think the guy knew what it was. I paid a little bit for it, not like a lot, but I had to have it. I think I paid like $40 for it, so he gave me a little bit of a deal because I was buying some other stuff. But one of my favorite OSTs that I own, without a doubt. Speaking of John Carpenter, we have John Carpenter Anthology 2, movie themes from 1976 to 1988. I love the picture on the back. We've got songs from Escape from New York, Halloween 3, They Live, Big Trouble in Little China, other Halloweens, Prince of Darkness. Really, really cool, track listing. That's the only anthology, John Carpenter anthology that I own. But I do plan on getting the others at some point. And we have the Miami Vice soundtrack. It's just a classic. Whoa, just a classic record. So I had to have it on vinyl. I actually have this on cassette too. I might do a cassette video if anybody's interested. But yeah, Miami Vice on vinyl. And then these I actually did a whole video on. But this is Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 soundtrack. I have 2 copies of it, different variants, because they came with different supplemental materials. So I decided to get one of each. But I'll post to where I unbox these, a link to that if you want to go check those out. But yeah, really cool releases from 1984. The label is 1984. This is one of the ones that got me to start collecting OSTs. My girlfriend got this for me for my birthday one year, a few years ago, and this is the House soundtrack for the Japanese Hausu film. Crazy movie, crazy soundtrack, crazy art. Like, there's really, I saw this and I was like, they make stuff like this? Like, I need to get more of this. So this was really the one that like kind of set me off on that trajectory. But yeah, really cool release. One of my more recent pickups, this is the Alien Factor on vinyl. How insane is that? This is a famous Don Dohler B-movie. If you know Night Beast, this was the film he made previous to Night Beast. I saw that they had this on vinyl and I was like, there's no way. Like, it's just such a bizarre thing to put on vinyl. I mean, the soundtracks, the score is incredible. Synth-tronic, just like otherworldly synths. But yeah, to see it on vinyl, I was like, whoa, I have to pick that up. So yeah, the Alien Factor. And another TerrorVision release. This is the vinyl release for Video Violence. Great. Like, I love like lo-fi synth scores. Obviously with like this and Alien Factor and even Darkness to some degree and like Ogroff, like stuff like that. Like, I love those kind of OSTs, and yeah, this one definitely doesn't disappoint. Really, I mean, TerrorVision, everything they do is like incredible when it comes to vinyl, so of course it's not going to be anything less than the best. But yeah, had to have this one. We have here Maniac Cop 2 soundtrack. This was by, I think this was Mondo. Yes, this is Mondo. I think I found this for like $5. Really the standout track on this is what's the name of the song? Maniac Cop Rap. That's really the standout on this. It's so much fun. Cool release. Speaking of psychotronic lo-fi synth score nightmares, we have Jungle Trap from Bleeding Skull. I'll probably talk about this if I ever do a Bleeding Skull video, but this was scored by them, Taken by Savages. That's their little project that they score things with and make, just make music. Yeah, so really cool. Another TerrorVision, House on Sorority Row. I think I got this one on sale. It's fun. It's a good fun soundtrack. It's not like, one of my favorites or anything, but really nice presentation on this one. I love the movie, actually. Like, it's actually, I think it's a really fun little psychological slasher or thriller. I don't even know what you'd call it, but yeah, a lot of fun. And then Elves. This is a yearly staple. My girlfriend absolutely hates it, but I play it every year. The Elves soundtrack. It's a shame they can make this amazing compilation of songs from the film, but we can't get that damn Blu-ray, huh? So yeah, really, really, really cool. Just a strange vinyl to have. But here it is. And this isn't, I don't know if you'd call this a soundtrack, probably not, but I don't know where else to put it. And that is my Noiselund featuring Red Letter Media, Red Letter Melodies. You may have seen these if you know who Red Letter Media is. You may have seen these on YouTube, these kind of like parody songs where he'll take clips from the show and turn them into songs. Really fun album. You can watch it on YouTube. It's a lot of fun, but yeah, I wasn't really sure where else to put this, so, and I kind of wanted to show it off. So yeah, Noiselund featuring Red Letter Media. This is the Silent Night, Deadly Night soundtrack, also from 1984. Those are the guys who did the Sleepaway Camp II and III release. I love this back like catalog here. I do have this in green and red. Came in green and red, so I had to get both of them because I'm crazy like that. We also have Fat Boys coming back hard again. And it's a great album, but this also has Are You Ready for Freddy? Which, if you know Nightmare on Elm Street, I'm sure you know that song. Legendary song. Yeah, Fat Boys. And it's got the hype sticker, which is kind of cool. And I guess I have 2 copies of Miami Vice on vinyl. This is news to me. I don't remember buying a second one. I don't know where this came from. It says Strawberries, which used to be a music store up here, but I definitely didn't buy it there. I have no clue where this second Miami Vice soundtrack came from, but yeah, I guess I have 2. And I have a copy of Tubular Bells, which is famous for the Exorcist theme. But I can't find it. But I do own it, because I saw it this morning, and now it's missing. And the last 2 are actually for the same movie, but they're different versions of the soundtrack. So we have Zombie Flesh Eaters, aka Zombie 2. This is the original soundtrack, or the original score, composed by Fabio Frizzi. Here's the back. I'm not sure if this was originally released in America or not. Seems like it's kind of hard to find. I'm not sure who put this out. Beat Records Company? I don't know. But yeah, I really like this. I love the cover of it. Just, the zombie, that classic zombie. And then my last soundtrack here, like I said, it's for the same movie, and that is the zombie soundtrack. This is the redone soundtrack. He kind of went in and updated some stuff, and this is actually signed by Fabio Frizzi. So this one's extra special, having been signed by him. Usually keep this in this plastic sleeve, but great, beautiful release for this film, for this soundtrack rather. So there you go, guys. That's all my soundtracks, as far as I can tell. All my scores, my OSTs. I don't know if that's like cringy to say OST, but that's what they are. So that's all of them. That's all my OSTs. I do plan on getting more. I'm never done collecting. I just kind of slow down here and there. So let me know what you think. What should I pick up next? If you have any of these or any of these classics for you, let me know. Like I said, I look forward to doing more. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you next time.
A massive thank you to my Patreon supporters. If you would like to support this channel, you can find those links in the description. Bye bye.